Welcome to my series Vintage Glam. I'm your host Yvonne. In today's episode, I'm exploring the 1967 cult classic Valley of the Dolls. Famous for its campy, over-the-top portrayals of three young women who spiral into addiction while chasing success in the cutthroat world of show business. This film captured the glitzy yet gritty side of fame. Valley of the Dolls drips in 1960s glam with bouffant wigs, fake lashes, and a revolving closet of sculpted gowns. The sets are equally evocative: masculine-style law offices, Hollywood mansions, and stylish beach houses. The movie Valley of the Dolls was based off Jacqueline Susann's best-selling novel of the same name. A few years earlier, Susann had found success with her book Every Night Josephine. That initial success gave Susann the confidence and clout to take on a novel. She followed up with Valley of the Dolls. It was published in 1966 and became an instant hit. The book follows three young women, Anne, Neely, and Jennifer, as they become friends while navigating fame, love, and ambition in the entertainment industry. What begins as a journey towards stardom soon spirals into a world of addiction, betrayal, and heartbreak, as each woman turns to the dolls, a slang term for barbiturates, to cope. Glamorous on the surface but tragic underneath, the story peeled back the glossy facade of showbiz to reveal something ugly and raw. Valley of the Dolls was a thinly veiled portrayal of real-life figures from Hollywood and Broadway. This gave the book instant appeal. Readers speculating about which famous starlets inspired the characters helped create a buzz. It sold millions of copies. 20th Century Fox quickly snapped up the film rights, and by the end of the year, casting for the movie was underway. To direct the film, 20th Century Fox turned to Mark Robson, best known for directing Peyton Place, the drama that uncovered the scandalous secrets of a small New England town. Costume design was handed to William Travilla, a legend in his own right. He addressed Marilyn Monroe in her most iconic looks, including Gentlemen Prefer Blondes and the 7-Year Itch. Casting the lead roles in the Valley of the Dolls was a major undertaking. Rumors swirled and plenty of names were thrown into the mix. Anne Margaret, Mia Farrow, Raquel Welch, and even Candice Bergen were all reportedly considered for leading roles. Everyone wanted in, hoping that a part in Valley of the Dolls would catapult them to fame. It was rumored that the character Neely O'Hara was loosely based on Judy Garland. In a twist that only added fuel to the gossip mill, Garland herself was cast in the film, but not as Neely. Instead, she was tapped to play Helen Lawson, the tough-as-nails seasoned Broadway legend, a role many believe was inspired by Ethel Merman. Patty Duke was cast as Neely O'Hara, determined to shed her wholesome image after The Miracle Worker and The Patty Duke Show. She wanted to be seen as a serious actress, and Neely's intense breakdowns and addiction arc offered that chance. In another studio pick from the hit franchise Peyton Place, Barbara Parkins, fresh off the TV soap, was cast as Ann Wells, the elegant and reserved beauty who accidentally was swept into the glamour of show business. Rounding out the trio was Sharon Tate as Jennifer North, the tragic starlet whose beauty was both her blessing and her curse. Behind the scenes, things were just as dramatic. Judy Garland was struggling with an addiction to Demerol. She was eventually replaced by Susan Hayward, but not before taking all her character's custom wardrobe with her. William Travilla's costume designs were as important to the story as the women themselves, perfectly tailored to reflect their rise and fall. For Valley of the Dolls, Travilla took a character-driven approach. Each woman's wardrobe reflected her story arc. Neely's outfits became bolder and more sophisticated as her success as a performer grew, then becoming more erratic as her mental state deteriorated. Anne's look evolves from a simple and polished secretary to a fashion-forward cosmetic spokesmodel. Late in the story, as Anne finds sobriety, her style becomes more grounded with only a hint of glamour. In real life, Barbara stated that she hated Anne's wardrobe. Her quote was, "It was so much beige on beige," although she did enjoy the wardrobe during the Gillian Girls segments. Jennifer's clothing and color palette remained soft and sensual throughout the movie. Her wardrobe was meant to show off her figure, which was the focus of her character's story arc. Tragically, real life soon mirrored the darkness of the film. Just 2 years after its release, Sharon Tate was brutally murdered by the followers of Charles Manson. Her death added a chilling layer to the cautionary tale of pursuing a career in show business. There was immense pressure from studios for Valley of the Dolls to be a hit. By the late 1960s, the film industry was facing a full-blown identity crisis. Valley of the Dolls, with its provocative themes and inside Hollywood drama, were part of the industry's attempt to stay relevant and profitable. When it hit theaters in 1967, critics panned it almost instantly. Reviews called it trashy, overwrought, and unintentionally funny. But audiences flocked to see it anyway, turning it into a box office hit. Despite the commercial success, author Jacqueline Susann was deeply disappointed by the adaptation, calling it a piece of garbage. She distanced herself from the final product. The movie may have been ridiculed, but it quickly cemented its place in pop culture history. The camp factor comes from the film's heightened drama, which teeter between sincere and absurd. Lines like "Sparkle, Neely, sparkle," or "Neely's, it was not a nut house," became quotable one-liners. Designers and stylists continue to reference Valley of the Dolls for its unapologetic glamour and visual storytelling. You can see echoes of its styling in modern fashion editorials and runways, from Jeremy Scott to Marc Jacobs. Though critics dismissed it at the time, the film has refused to fade. It's become a defining style reference of the mid to the late 1960s. At its heart, Valley of the Dolls is a story about the price of ambition, the illusion of fame, and the women caught in between. Decades later, it still sparkles. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like and subscribe.